Okay, my YouTube friends, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about this guy, Mike Dayton, who was a bodybuilder, strongman, and Kung Fu expert. One of the most amazing things that he did was during his show, as we mentioned at the title, is he hung himself. And he stands there, hung from the rafters for a little bit, as you can see here. He's got his hands behind his back. He's looks like he's got a hold of the rope, manipulating it somehow. But still, he's obviously got the noose around his neck and he's hanging there. So, which is amazing feat of neck strength, among other things. Here he is in his bodybuilding mode. It's a nice black and white shot, and he was Mr. America in 1976, and I believe back in the 60s, 67, I think. He was like teenage Mr. America, or at least a contender therein. There's a picture later on with Arnie and him from those days. There he is, and again, it's a similar picture, but color. And I get the impression, because he's in natural bodybuilding magazines, that he was at least touted himself as being a drug-free guy. He was in also in Inside Kung Fu. There he is on the cover. You could see he's got that look, and he actually wrote a book about chi or ki, depending on how you pronounce it. I think either one is correct, really. This is another. He's on the back of this Inside Kung Fu. There he is with the. That looks like the same picture as was on that front cover, but he's in a couple issues of that. So let's get back to the strength show, which he did quite a lot back in I believe it was late 70s and 80s, early 80s, um, and mostly around his kung fu kind of stuff. But here's another thing of neck strength here, where there's another guy on the right hand side of him, and they have a hold of this rope that's also around his neck, and it's kind of a tug of war between him and them. He's pulling them, they're pulling him by the neck, which is pretty crazy. And then he has these two attractive young ladies, I believe they're bodybuilders, ladies, that he lifts overhead via these straps that they're attached to in the back. And we'll see as he lifts them overhead, and then he's holding them up there briefly. So, I'm sure, it's a little bit different than our overhead barbell thing, but certainly impressive nonetheless. And that was part of his strength show back in those days. And here he is with, it's like three either big bricks or cinder blocks stacked together that are lit on fire. And then he karate chops them in half, essentially. It's all three. So that's another pretty crazy thing. And another thing he was known for, as this picture shows, he would break out of handcuffs. So, and it says the only man in history to break apart handcuffs, survive a hanging, and bend quarters, which is not shown as part of the show, but it's another thing he does. Known for his grip strength also. So here he is, Mr. America 76, Kung Fu Master of Chi, and world's greatest strongman. I think most strongmans claim to be the world's greatest strongman. Others may argue that point, but he was certainly a contender. And this is a cover of the book that he wrote. I think you can find this on eBay. I don't happen to have a copy. Not that much into the martial arts, so here he is. In that, this is him back in the '60s there with Arnie. And I don't know if this was backstage from the Mr. America, Teenage Mr. America, or something like that. But you can see how young he is there. And then in, I believe it was '77, he was in the World's Strongest Man contest. Now, other people said, he really didn't belong there overall, but this one event he won, and actually, pretty soundly, which is the giant wrist roller, which is a pretty cool thing, which is they're rolling up Zuvers, I believe they're 100-pound plates. There he is, the victor in that particular event. And some of you older folks may recognize this guy that he's with here, and that's Merv Griffin, who had a variety show. back in the day that he was on, and I'm sure he made the circuit of different shows like that back in those days. There he is with the nunchucks, and again going back to his kung fu roots, and you can see he's got a pretty good physique there. But you could believe that he is natural. And again, he's on these natural bodybuilding magazines, so he seems to be at least implying that he's natural. Flexing your might mental muscle was on, so that's in this one natural bodybuilding magazine. He was, there were several that they show on his Facebook page that he was at least listed in. And then this particular one actually has a Mike Dayton action poster inside, which is pretty cool. Uh, Not sure what exactly is on there, but sure be cool to have. And you maybe be able to find it on eBay or whatnot if you were interested in that. Here he is a little older. Not quite in the fantastic shape that he was in younger, like most of us are not. But, he looks healthy. Here he is again. Put on a few pounds, obviously, but looks to be fairly healthy and stuff. So, um, and has a Facebook page. He's still out there. Here he is with myself and Big Steve Wong, one of the strongest men in the world. Love to see him in the world's strongest man competition. He'd be hard to beat, and he's also one of the greatest guys to hang with. So Mike still does train. He's on Facebook. This is the uh, the main page for his Mike Dayton Strongman Facebook page. So I'm a follower, and you can go see. He doesn't post real frequently on there, but that's about it for Mike. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting those thumbs up if you liked the video. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that you will, and then you'll get notifications for the next ones. I'm trying to pop out, a video a week or sometimes more. So I appreciate if you would subscribe and hit those like buttons again. Thanks, and I'm out.